Hello everyone, this is Group 2, and right now we're about to present about food taboo. In Group 2, we have me, Jesselyne, Calvin, Vincent, and also Cheryl. So before we dig deeper into the food taboo, let us present to you a few of the videos we got about the food taboo. So the first one we have we're gonna introduce you to stir fried stone. This is a practice that is a common culture practice in China. It's like a pebbled stones and it's cooked with all the spices. For the first question, we have how do you feel about this cultural practice? So for me, when I watched the video, it's like I feel kind of weird because it's usually the stones we found in the public places, and it's kind of like dirty and all. But people in China use it to eat, yeah, so it's kind of weird. And also the values are concepts of life of each cultural group that you can pick from this group. So for the stir-fried stone, the concept of life is when I read the article, some people also called it suck and dispose, and also to find happiness in bitterness, anything. And even though it's cooked, you cannot swallow it. So it's just you just suck out the flavor and throw out the pebble, I guess. And the concept I got from this practice is that nothing in life is could last forever because the spices once you suck it, it's the flavor is gone, so it's not permanently in the stones. And also the chef that cooked stir fry stone told you that you can bring the stone home and cook it yourself, add all the condiments that you like. It's also remind me that in order to find joy or to find happiness, you have to seek it yourself because yeah, the you arrange all the condiments yourself, find flavors in it, and also the relevancy. I think that no matter how fast paced the world is and or how modern it gets, people always needs uh, always needs to connect with nature. And in this case, it's not only the stones but also the spices that was included in the stone to cook them. And yeah, and also what I think about this culture, yeah, the relevancy is what I mentioned previously. And that's all from me. Maybe next could be Colvin.
Why, of course. Why, of course. Stir-fried stones, eh? I've heard this before once. It's how do I feel about this Kachapecas? I guess a little bit weirded out, but I mean, it is stone after all. It's from the side of the road or somewhere. Those dirty little rocks, pebbles. Well, I guess they cleaned it first, but I'm still a bit weirded out. I'll just keep it short. Values or concept of life. I guess what I can get is like simplicity and creativity. I mean, people can make food from stone. That's just amazing for me. We can make it food from anything at this point. Now, is this practice still relevant? I would think not, because well, it is stones after all. But hey, some people, is it beneficial? I mean, I guess the spices of it can be beneficial. I mean, you don't actually eat rocks. Kind of come in your stomach. It's not really that healthy, I would assume. I mean, it's rocks after all. So at this, that will be all for me. Just keeping it simple and short. Next, who would like to go next? Eh? Maybe Cheryl, maybe if you like.
Okay, thank you, Calvin. Okay, so for me, for the first question is, how do you feel about this cultural practice? When I first saw the video, I feel surprised. Like, how can be a stone is being eaten by people? Like, is it yummy or how is it the taste? Like, you can just eat rice or something else, but why do they have an stone as an option? But yeah, it's their culture, so yeah, uh we have to do not give a judgment to them. And for the second question, what values or concept of life of each cultural group that I can pick from this group? When I saw the video, I think the values or concept is the connection with the nature. Like eating stones may reflect an attempt to connect with the forces of nature and also the endurance and self-control. This practice demonstrates physical and mental endurance and also ritual and purification. So stone eating can be part of a purification or spiritual ritual. And for the third question, what do you think about this cultural practice? Is it still relevant? Is it beneficial? In what ways can it still be beneficial or relevant? When I watch the video, I think it's not relevant with us because yeah, in Indonesia itself, maybe I don't see any people eat stone. Like I just saw it now in China. Like why do they have to use stone for for it? But I think when I saw it again, I think it still have a beneficial even though it's weird because when they eat with stone, it can be a change another option for eating rice. So maybe it's good for them to do a diet because they only use stone as their food. So maybe they only feel the taste and do not eat anything for their bodies. So I think it's good for their diet, but maybe yeah, there it's my yeah it's my thought. Is it for me? And yeah, we can maybe that's all from me. And maybe Vincent.
All right, I guess it's on me now. Oh, sorry. Still fried stone. How do you feel about this cultural practice? I would say I find it weird because like if you have a food shortage, you have like many insects to eat. It's not that rare to eat insects, but stone, why stone? There is no taste to it. And not to mention how they ate it, they just suck the flavor from it. Why? It's not, I don't know. Okay, it's kind of weird to me. What values or concept of life of each cultural group that you can pick from this stir-fried stone? Uh, well, since we didn't, eat it ourselves, I can't really say much about it. But since it's a stone, maybe it has connection with the nature. What do you think about this cultural practice? Is it still relevant? Maybe in some way. Is it beneficial? I don't see any health beneficial on a stone. Also the spices because it's spicy. And in what way can it still be beneficial or relevant? I can't say much to it because you cannot judge people's food. We have to experience it ourselves first before we judge them. And yeah, I guess that's it. Now on to the second food, which is capybara feasting. Anybody want to start first?
I'd like to go because, well, I have a little fun fact. Old capybara is count as a rodent, but however, a rodent, not all rodents are rats, but all rats are rodents. So basically, although capybara is a rodent, it's not specified as a not classified as a rat, but it's closely to a guinea pig. If you know what a guinea pig is, or the Indonesian is marmot. So you eat the capybara, so basically you're just eating a big guinea pig. Now, how do I feel about this cultural practice? Let's try into it. I don't know, kind of sad, I guess, because capybaras are really cute, really friendly. They're basically just like dogs. I mean, the people of the internet called it a coconut doggy because the phone looks like coconut. You know how coconuts have like a brown hair and all that. So it's for me, it's a little bit saddening and it's a bit weird, disgust per se. What values or concept of life? I don't know it. I guess. I mean, I guess it's like survival adaptation, maybe because well, you gotta eat something if you're out in the wild, and I guess capybara could make it past it. Now, what do I think about this cultural practice? Is it still relevant? Is it beneficial? Is it relevant? I mean, for cultural practices like tradition and stuff, sure, but I guess depending on the laws and stuff, it is declining. Is it beneficial in what way? It is meat. It is still meat after all, so it is still high in protein. Is it still good for you? Yes, but it's not my choice of food to eat. And I think that will be all. Next, I'd like to. How about Vincent? How about you go?
All right. Well, to be honest, I never expected people going to eat capybara because it's kind of like a domestic animal, an animal where you make them as a pet, not a damn food. It's just shocking to see, to be honest. Just a little brown, cute animal being eaten alive. Okay, what values or concept of life? I don't know, man. They just eat random stuff. I mean, people probably going to eat anything from this. Even capybara, like, they, it's just cool. I don't know. What do you think about this cultural practice? Well, I mean, I don't know about their culture on why they eat capybara, but if it's good for them, then it's good for them. But if it's not, then I have to disagree. Is it relevant? No. Just a straight up no. Is it beneficial? I don't know what capybara have. It's just a meat. So okay. Maybe Cheryl or Jesselyne want to continue?
Okay, maybe I will go first. Okay, so for the first question, how do you feel about this cultural practice? Okay, when I saw and when I watched the video, I never thought that capybara was an option for people to eat this kind of animal because when I saw capybara on social media, there are cute animals that people likes. Like they are also at the zoo. For some zoo, there are capybara, and I think I never thought and I never thought that capybara will be an option for people to eat them. So it's kind of surprising for me, and also um sad, just like what Calvin said, because capybara is a cute animal and it's kind of make me a broken heart because seeing capybara being eaten. So I think that's it. And for the second question, what values or concept of life of each cultural group that you can pick from this culture? I think the first is environmental adaptation because people utilize capybara as an easily accessible local food source. And also there are religious attachment because capybara is considered a water animal by the Catholic Church. So it may be eaten during Lent. So I think for these two values, so that's why they choose capybara for become a food. And for the third question, what do you think about this cultural practice? Is it still relevant? Is it beneficial? In what ways can it still be beneficial or relevant? So I think for the relevant itself, I think it's kind of relevant because even though I never think about capybara being eaten, or I also never tried capybara, but I think in some places it can be relevant for them because it's not that weird like the first food, the stone one. So I think it can be still relevant. And for is it beneficial? As I said before, the Catholic Church used capybara for the food for the Easter. So I think it still be beneficial even though we hear that as a strange things. So I think that's all from me. And next, Jesselyne.
Right, thank you, Cheryl. So, for capybara, how do I feel about this cultural practice? Also, I feel sad because when I hear capybara, what I imagine to hear from people is that, oh yeah, they're really cute, but I would have never imagined people would like, they're not only cute, they're also tasty. Like, oh, okay, that's new. And yeah, kind of a fortunate thing for those cute, pretty little creatures to be eaten. So like maybe the same as rabbit, they ended up either on a plate or underground. Yeah. So I did a little research on capybara before. It says it is an overpopulated animal in Llanos region. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's in Venezuela, and everything that is too much is not good. Like right, so they do well regulated on hunting the capybara to protect to maintain the balance of the environment there. And yeah, I think that's the value to maintain the balance of life. And also the relevancy, like what Cheryl said before, it's also has connections to faith, to religion, because capybara meat is considered as fish instead of meat, so they're usually being hunted during Lent, and the Catholic Church also agreed to consider them as fish instead of meat. And mm, yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you. And I guess that's all the sharing we can share from all of us. And we also include the sources of videos from our food taboos. Thank you so much for listening.